Hi, I'm Ronnie.
And I'm Lee.
And welcome back to Jupiter Juice, your cosmic check-in for astrology, pop culture, and spiritual self-discovery.
On this episode, we're talking about Jupiter. Jupiter is going out of its sign of detriment in Gemini and into exaltation of Cancer. Ooh. And we love that here because obviously we're Jupiter juice. Mm-hmm. We're both ruled by Jupiter. This is going to be a great time for any Jupiterians like us or any Sagittariuses, Pisces, Cancers, cardinal signs, whatever. Mm-hmm. But before we dive into that, we do have a giveaway going on. So Stay tuned. Yay. We're going to be picking out two winners. One is going to get a mini astrology reading from Ronnie. One will be getting a mini tarot reading from me. You get one question in the tarot reading, one question in the astrology reading. You must be subscribed to our YouTube and follow us on both TikTok and Instagram. And on top of that, you do have to go ahead and comment by tagging somebody in either one of our YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram posts. Mm-hmm. So the winners for that will be announced on June 30th.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
I love that.
Now that we talked about the giveaway, which we hope you guys are super excited about, we're going to talk about Jupiter. Jupiter as a planet. So Jupiter in pop astrology is known as the planet of abundance, good luck, wealth, but it's also the planet of expansion, learning, spirituality, growth, travel. It's a beautiful planet. I'm so happy when I found out that Jupiter was like the rising sign for the ruler of Sagittarius. I was like, oh my god,
it's a good planet.
It's a really good planet.
It's solid.
Like I would even say in detriment, like it's still not that bad.
Yeah.
Because
it's a benefit. No matter what.
Yeah. So it may not be as good. You might not get all the all the things, in detriment. But yeah, I think it's a great planet. And with it, moving into Cancer, I think a lot of people are going to get a little bit, more support, I feel. Yeah. Support wherever house is in. So I think it's really something to look forward to because, the world needs it right now.
Definitely. I definitely agree. Yeah. I think that Jupiter and Cancer, Jupiter likes to teach and likes to have a lot of different philosophies. Mm-hmm. And when it's exalted, that just means that Jupiter is like, come on over, Cancer. I love when you come over my house. Yeah. Yes, girl, come on over. So Cancer is ruled by the moon. The moon goes through all different kinds of cycles and sees all different kinds of signs in a very short period of time, which Jupiter loves to feel that. Jupiter is a very feeling planet. It likes to hone in on ideas and that's why they call Sagittarius dogmatic, but it's they really believe that. They really are I really believe this is my belief system. So it's very kind of emotional. And then of course the other sign is Pisces, which water sign. Yeah. So it loves Cancer. It loves to have all different types of perspectives and visions and so I think it's gonna be really beautiful. But I would say also in Cancer too, because I think some of the famous people that have it are kind of Steve Jobs is one of them. Yeah, Steve Jobs. And then Mussolini. Yeah. So it can be a little bit rare. This is my idea. Rare. Well, do what I say. That makes sense. Not pioneers, game changers, good or bad, but yeah, pioneers, definitely culture movers. Yeah, shakes up the culture because it's expanding ideas, especially with Steve Jobs. It's just using what you're good at to lead. Household name too. Yeah, household names. Yeah. Just thought about that. And Cancer is a cardinal sign, so when you said pioneer, that's what I thought. Yeah. So all the cardinal signs give pioneer, starter energy. They start the seasons, and they're go-getters. Yeah, go-getters. Yeah. So, yeah.
Look in your chart to see where you have Jupiter, of course, because we are going to be going through each sign to talk about, we're actually going to do something a little bit different. We're definitely going to talk about, like, you know, the themes happening for this transit, because it will be lasting for a full year, and what to expect. But also, we're going to add a ritual that you can practice during this time, and a journal prompt that, you know, at the beginning of this time, you know, at the start of this transit, something that you can reflect on and then reflect back on at the end of this transit, and it will be moving into Leo. We love that. My Jupiter's in Leo. So.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going through your Jupiter return.
Yeah. So excited. Yes. Alrighty, so next up, we're going to give you a cosmic reading for this transit. So I went and pulled numerology cards for this transit, and then Lee is going to do a cool little moonology tarot vibe for this transit for the collective. Alright, so the first card that came out was the Synergy card, numerology number 413. If you can see that, you probably can't, but yes. So this card is so cute and it's so awesome, and for it to come out. Reason being, so Jupiter in Cancer is very nurturing, very community-like vibes, very loving vibes, and so this card represents connecting with your community, collaborating with your community. So that is something that should be on the forefront, because especially now, it's survival of the fittest going on, and a lot of individualism, like when it comes to like ideals, because everybody is just trying to survive out here. But in order to be successful, we need to connect with our community. And the next card I pulled was the Infinity card, and this is a beautiful card because it is like the all-powerful card. And so basically this means that this is a great time where, you know, you may get really lucky, especially with Jupiter being exalted in Cancer. This is a really abundant time. So connecting with your, you know, your neighbor, your community, you could reap a lot of rewards. So it's kind of like a giving and receiving, you know, aspect, especially with the infinity symbol. It's all about, it's cyclical, it's a cycle, right? You give and you receive, and that's how abundance will show up for you, by that connection with your community. You'll be very lucky, things will start clicking. It may be a time where you've probably felt lonely before, you know, like you didn't have anyone, and you may be lucky in community, and you know, that actually may help you achieve your goals more by meeting this person, because, you know, like, if we're keeping it real, you can't make it in this world completely alone. You know, you need other people. And so this is a good time. Do not be a homebody. Do not be just to yourself, a Scrooge or anything like that. Connect with your fellow person, find your community, find your tribe. Also, I know a lot of people I turned my lip up at this card, but this is the bottom of the deck card. Number 303, forgive. Oh, below that was release. Saw that, 999, release. Ending, this is a 9-year.
Right.
This is a 9-year. So you probably need to be releasing some of that hurt. This is healings, and Jupiter in Cancer it brings the opportunity to heal, especially like, see if you have your Chiron, or, you know, because I will, I think. Yes, I will. Oh my goodness. But yes, look, if you have your Chiron, you know, conjunct or like aspecting Jupiter or anything like that, because that could, you know, represent a chance to actually heal some of those old wounds surrounding connections with people. And so that this may be a time to forgive, you know, not necessarily to reconnect with that person, but to forgive and let go. And so you can move on and find the people that you truly do connect with. Because if you don't let that go, it'll keep you from, you know, trusting. And, you know, And if you can't trust anyone, you won't find your community. You know, that's self-sabotage and blocking yourself off. So it's time to forgive. It's time to release. It's time to find your tribe. It's time to have fun. It's time to nurture yourself, but also nurture your neighbor. And yeah, that's what I get.
Hex, yeah. Following up with that, a lot of my cards really spoke to the same thing. The first card that came out was Moon Dance Celebration. And by the way, I'm using Moonology Messages Oracle.
Yes.
And then Ronnie was using the Angel Number Oracle.
Yes, by the Poke Girls.
But yeah, the first card that came up was Moon Dance Celebration. But then, and I was like, ooh, okay. Makes sense on the vibes. We're coming together. There's two people coming together on the card. There's music playing. They're under the moonlight. There's beautiful vibes going on. So there definitely is going to be a lot of connecting, right? But obviously, we've been going through some things. Jupiter in Cancer is going to be squaring Saturn and Aries. Saturn and Aries is all about individuality and embracing that and kind of carving out your own lane for yourself. So with those two energies clashing, there is going to be some things coming up kind of regarding how you move through when you collide with somebody, because there's always going to be a reaction, whether that's a good or bad reaction, or whether that's just something within you that you need to deal with. So speaking back to the forgive and release, we have embrace uncertainty. We have avoid drama. And then we have watch for signs.
Yes.
So this is a Jupiter in Cancer, right? It's about your beliefs. So your beliefs around community, your beliefs around being nurtured, your beliefs around how you feel about home. Home is a triggering place for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So expect to kind of be triggered, but right now you're being supported through those triggers. If you can lean into them and just kind of be a little bit more vulnerable with yourself, a bit more vulnerable with those around you, there's a really, really big chance for healing here, especially like your heart center. I'm getting like your root chakra center and things like that. Just anything that reminds you of home. If you have like icky feelings surrounding that, if you have some harsh things going on with your family, or, nobody says you have to invite certain people back into your life, but just make space for a new connection. Make space for things to kind of even look a little bit weird. Maybe you don't know how this relationship's going to go. It doesn't mean they're going to be your best friend for all eternity. It could just mean they're going to teach you a lesson and then, move along. Try to remain a little bit detached, and not like hold on to certain outcomes and have expectations on people. It's okay to have standards for yourself, and for how you want to be treated, but placing expectations on people is never going to work. It's never going to, kind of lead you to a place of growth, because how you expect somebody to show up, just because you expect that doesn't mean that's how they live their life. And it's really beautiful to see how somebody else lives their life and how somebody else unfolds right in front of you.
Yeah.
And we also have the Chariot. I already spoke to the Moon. And then we also have the Chariots, which is a Cancer. Cancer rules the Chariot, so I thought that was interesting. And then we also have the Queen of Emotions. So it is a really, really pivotal time for healing girl summer.
Yeah.
Exactly. As I have been saying, healing girl summer. I've been telling everybody, like, this is my healing girl era. Okay.
Yeah. I've been in that vibe too.
Yeah. It's very much giving healing girl summer.
Yeah.
Go to the spa, take it easy.
Because I'm tired of being mad at folks.
Yeah. Try to release that anger. I'm mad at, I got some people I need to release.
Yeah. For sure.
I want to release my hands on them, but it's okay. I have to move through that. And don't rush yourself into forgiveness.
Yeah.
You can't it's not just an overnight thing.
Yeah.
And I guess my last closing message is just going to be like, don't forget to forgive yourself too.
Yes.
You're included in that.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when I realize like, dang, why is it still bothering me? Why can't I move on? It's because I haven't forgiven myself.
Yes.
And accepted myself for putting myself in that situation.
Yes. I was just about to say that. For putting myself through that mess.
Yeah.
Not using discernment.
Yeah. But you only know what you know. Yeah. And you did the best you did. You did the best you could with what you knew at that time.
Yeah.
So
now you're wise now.
Yeah.
Wisdom.
Jupiter.
Experience.
Wisdom. Healing.
Yes.
Thanks.
Here's your forecast for the Jupiter and Cancer transit, along with a ritual and a journal prompt that you can include to help you along this year-long journey.
So for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, this transit is going to be going through your 4th house. So you may be connecting with family more. You may move. You may even start therapy. Either way, you're going to get really connected to your roots and really connected with the core of who you are. It's definitely recommended that you just tune into your emotions and don't ignore any like deep emotional urges that you have. I will say for you too, if you have like an urge to maybe stay in sometimes and just reconnect with that part of yourself, go ahead and do that. So your ritual is going to be to create an ancestral altar. If you have pictures of your ancestors, especially maternal ancestors, especially maybe grandmothers, go ahead and make an altar for them and really try to connect with them this year. They can definitely bring you some guidance from the other side. Put water on this altar. A white candle is great on this altar. Anything that you can do to research ancestral altars is going to be highly favored at this time. An affirmation for you is, I am safe, supported, and divinely protected in my roots. And for a journal prompt, just something to reflect on during this transit, or maybe even a mantra question. I don't even know if that's a thing. Journal prompt is fine. What would emotional security look and feel like for me today?
Alrighty, so my Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Risings. The theme for this transit will be dealing with communication, local environment, and your sibling. So you're learning to speak from the heart and to express yourself with care during this transit. Your voice is your power. And it's very nurturing. And earlier we spoke in the cosmic read about connecting with your community, creating a nurturing environment to usher in that connection. So that'll be definitely very important for you during this time. Some things that you could be focusing on during this transit would be writing, teaching, and maybe even, launching a podcast or becoming more active on social media to help build, your community. So that's a really good thing. So your ritual for this transit that you can definitely practice, and honestly, this is something that you probably should adopt in general. I think anyone could benefit from this ritual, but that would be journaling every morning and having you a nice cup of tea while you write a love letter to your voice. The affirmation for this time that you can use every day could be, my voice nurtures connection and inspires healing. And lastly, the journal prompt that you can definitely use, I would say at the beginning of this transit and then reflect on it at the end to see how you've grown, is, where am I afraid to speak freely and why? I could use that for sure. I resonate. But yes, good luck during this transit. It's going to be beautiful.
For my Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Risings, this transit is going to be money, self-worth, what you value. So you may be having a shift in belief around those things. You may be realizing where you can soften up around how you value yourself, even kind of your work ethic, how you get your money. You can notice a softening around these areas. And it's definitely best to lean into that. Abundance flows when you are emotionally aligned and when you feel like everything is flowing. So, get into that flow. You may attract money through beauty, caring for others. And anything involving your intuition. A ritual for you during this transit could be making a money oil. You can use cinnamon, you can use rose, a little bit of gold glitter dust, anything that makes you feel really abundant and just really luxurious will be beneficial to put in the oil. A nice smell that invokes a feeling of money, anything in that way. An affirmation for you during this transit would be, I attract wealth by honoring my emotional truth. And something to reflect on, or a journal prompt during this transit, is going to be, how does my relationship with money mirror my relationship to my self-worth?
So our Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, the theme around this transit deals with rebirth, magnetism, and stepping into your personal power. So this transit is all about you. I mean, Jupiter is going to be in Cancers. During this time, you're stepping to a softer but stronger version of yourself. So this is your glow up season. This is where you gain more power. This is where you gain, more attraction. You are way more abundant during this time. So this is a beautiful transit for you, especially because Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So you're receiving all the great benefits that this planet has to offer. So you'll be getting a boost physically, spiritually, and emotionally. So I'm very excited for y'all, and I really hope you use this to your benefit. And we also have a ritual that can help you through this transit, and that ritual is a water blessing bath. So this is all about rebirth and a cleanse. So starting this season off with a ritual bath will be great for you, especially if you're incorporating things like moonstone and jasmine. And an affirmation that you can say to yourself while you're taking this bath is, my softness is my strength. I'm becoming more me every day. And the journal prompt for this one, oh my God. Who am I becoming when I choose nourishment over survival? Who am I becoming when I choose nourishment over survival? Okay? Mm-hmm. We don't need to be in survival mode, hustle mode during this time. It is all about self-care. Okay? So I hope that you enjoyed this little, we're moving on.
Leo, Sun, Moon, and Risings. This Jupiter and Cancer transit is going through your 12th house. That's the house of subconscious, your dreams. This is the time to rest, to retreat, to really surrender to spirit, to surrender to your own spirituality. Maybe to even develop some deeper relationship with your spirituality or your psychic gifts, because I think we all have them. You may also have some old subconscious wounds that you thought you dealt with come up to resurface. I feel like they'll probably come up gently because Jupiter in Cancer is very soft and gentle. So they'll come up lightly. If anything comes up that stirs you up a bit or makes you reminisce, on some times that were just a little less favorable for you, it's best to just lean into those and work on releasing them so that you can step forward into a new version of yourself and write new narratives for yourself. Your dreams are going to be very prominent at this time. You probably will gain some insight and some downloads from your dream space. So definitely pay attention to those, which leads us into the ritual that is advised for you during this transit. A ritual that you can do during this transit is going to be to keep a dream journal. And you can charge that dream journal by keeping a bowl of water with a crystal inside of it. Not all crystals can go into water, so be careful. Or just a crystal on top of it that represents Cancer energy. So like moonstone or a watery energy. And just keep that on top of the journal. Because the 12th house is all about solitude and keeping to yourself, an affirmation that you can follow during this time is, in stillness, I receive divine truth. And a journal prompt or something to reflect on is, what am I ready to release from my subconscious patterning? Good luck, you got this. Clearing subconscious beliefs is not an easy thing to do. Please don't beat yourself up about it. It's okay that you're going through these things. Everything's going to be okay, I promise.
So Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. The theme for this transit deals with community, friendships, and collective vision. So during this time, you may see soulful friendships bloom, and you also may be looked at as a nurturing leader in your community. So during this time, especially since you have this powerful energy behind you, it'll be a great time to host gatherings. So this is your ritual. So you can host gatherings, of course, with your community. I was just thinking about a friend of mine who is a Virgo, and they actually host full moon meditation collect in person. They just started doing that. So that's probably something that you can do with your soul tribe. You can get together for, different astrological events, or, you can journal together, set intentions together, come up with affirmations together, really build your soul tribe. I think this is a really great time. You have the energy behind you to support it. So the affirmation that you can use for this transit is, I attract a aligned community that nurtures my purpose. The journal prompt that you can use during this transit is, what kind of community do I crave and how can I create it? So I hope that you find your soul tribe during this transit and love on your community. I think it's a beautiful time just for those great friendships, either to gain new friendships or to deepen the soul connection with the current ones. So yeah.
For Libra, sun, moon, and rising, Jupiter in Cancer is going to be transiting through your 10th house of your career, your legacy, where you're seen the most. Right now, you're going to be called to lead others through emotional wisdom. So there may be some instances where you're called to kind of step up and either be a maternal figure, or maybe a maternal figure will come into your life and help to guide you. But right now, it's just time to be an emotional leader. So try not to lose your cool on anyone, because people are looking up to you at this time to kind of guide them through certain things emotionally. So a ritual for you during this time is going to be to get really dressed up and do some mirror work. If you've never done mirror work, it's really simple. You just look in the mirror and admire yourself. It can actually be kind of hard if you're not used to doing it. But for this one, you're going to be seen, so you definitely want to be able to see yourself. So dress your best, look your nicest, and speak affirmations while you're looking into the mirror. And that's going to really take you far this year. An affirmation that you can keep in mind is, my presence is nurturing and needed. I am ready to be seen. Again, the 10th house is all about your visibility, so you may be healing some wounds around being seen. You may shy away from the spotlight normally, but now is the time to step into it. A journal prompt to think about is, how does my career reflect my deeper emotional values? It's definitely a time to get that aligned. So good luck. You got this. Go slay.
Alrighty, so for our Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising, this transit brings about the theme of traveling, wisdom, and spirituality. So this is a season of soul searching and expansion, especially with Jupiter being at home in the 9th house. You get that extra boost when it comes to expansion. It's a very lucky planet. You're going to be abundant when it comes to learning and teaching and growth. So this is a beautiful time for you. You may explore spiritual philosophies and higher education during this time. So a ritual during this transit that you can focus on is creating a travel vision board. And it doesn't even have to be about like going places. It could be a travel vision board when it comes to what you want to learn about, especially when it comes to healing and spiritual practices. Just overall knowledge. A journal prompt that you can incorporate during this transit is, where have I been playing small in my beliefs? So this is a really great transit for you, especially with Jupiter being in the 9th house. This is time for you to level up, especially when it comes to what you believe in, what you're learning, your knowledge, and your wisdom. So good luck to you guys on this transit. And yeah, sending you love.
For Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. Hey. So Jupiter in Cancer is going to be going through your 8th house. Oof. This is a rather tough house, but that's okay. We're going to give you some rituals to go through it. During this time, you could really be going through an emotional rebirth. You could be shedding old relationships, emphasis on relationships, old emotional baggage, or just anything that you feel has weighed you down in your past. It's definitely a time to release those and move forward. You could also be getting a boost in your finances from other people, whether that's through inheritance, maybe you have a business that you get gains from, or maybe even you win something in the stock market. Hey, either way, this time is a time of emotional regeneration. So it can be a little bit rough. Emotions are not pretty, but I promise everything is going to be okay. A ritual for you is going to be burning it under fire. So write down anything, any fears that you have. This is actually one that I do personally in my practice a lot. So you're going to want to write down any fears that you have surrounding intimacy or money, and make sure you really are feeling it. Intention really matters through ritual. Cry if you need to. Write down everything you're thinking until you can't think of anything else anymore. And then I want you to take that paper and burn it under the moonlight. If you don't have access to burning it, ripping it up and just destroying it any way you can will be helpful. But fire is really powerful, so be safe if you're going to play with fire, though. Just saying. Definitely have set off some smoke alarms. An affirmation for you is going to be, I trust in my rebirth. I am safe to receive and release. And a journal prompt that you can reflect on is going to be, what do I need to let go of to feel free in my body and my soul? I feel you, Sagittarius. And I'm sending you love. You got this.
Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. What you'll be expecting during this transit is themes around relationships, soul contracts, and love. So during this transit, you may be redefining what love means to you, what relationships mean to you. So during this transit, you may actually find someone that brings that nurturing for you, or you may deepen a soul connection with someone that you are already involved with. It could be a fling, it could be a situationship that becomes a relationship. You know, you never know. This is a great time to really connect for you Cancer people. I mean, not Cancer people, Capricorn people. Why do I keep saying that? My bad. That's staying in. But the reason why I put emphasis on that is because I actually mentioned this in another video, is Capricorns, it's okay to love. It's okay to bring that nurturing in, okay? You ain't got to be so about the work, about the paper, about the you know, just being strong even. Like, you can open your heart to someone. I think this is a great time to find that connection. Y'all are very beautiful and loving and nurturing people yourselves. And it's just about trusting that and really connecting with that. I think it'll be a beautiful time for you. So the ritual that you can practice during this transit, and hopefully you'll be practicing it a lot, okay? Clean your room. Oh, this is gonna be funny. Set your intentions with a rose candle. Or a rose. Wink. And set your love intention. So that could be with words, you know. That could be, you know, while in between the sheets, you know, you're setting your love intentions while you're engaged with your partner. Ooh, this is gonna be a spicy time for y'all. The love is in the air. The affirmation that you can say to yourself during this time is, I deserve partnerships that feels like home. So, like, you want to feel home and comfortable and safe with the person that you're inviting into your life. So definitely focus on a partner like that. Use discernment, but y'all good at discernment anyway, so you know, I think y'all be good. The journal prompt that you can use for this transit is, what kind of emotional intimacy am I ready to receive? So good luck to my Capricorn babies. Y'all, the love is in the air. It's time to connect. It's time to love one another. Kiss one another. Y'all don't know that song. Oh my goodness, I'm channeling something. But anyway, I digress. Love y'all. Love on your partner. Deepen those connections and trust. Trust. And you'll be good. Good luck.
For Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising, this Jupiter in Cancer is going to be going through your 6th house of health, daily routines, and rituals. Right now is a time to focus on nourishing your body. If you want to get back in the gym, get back in that gym. Whatever you can do to make yourself feel good, even if that's just eating food that makes you feel good. Anything that nourishes your body during this time is really going to be helpful for you. And it's really going to bring you great healing. Aquarius is all about serving their collective and serving their community. And any Aquarius placement I know always has really great ideas that sometimes can be hard to ground into reality for them. But at this time, even small acts of service are going to go a long way. So help out your community where you can. The 6th house is about, it involves coworkers, but it also involves like the people that you see every day or just being of service to others. So wherever you can be of service right now, do it. And if you feel a little bit apprehensive to that, or if you feel like, oh, I don't want to do that, or you got some things coming up around that, it's definitely time to lean into that and heal it and let it go so that you can show up for other people in a way that makes them feel loved and nurtured. Spread the love, essentially, is all I'm saying. Spread the love to yourself, to your body, and to those around you through acts of service. A ritual that you can try out during this Jupiter and Cancer transit is going to be making some moon water to use in your daily tea or just to drink every day. To do this, you just set a glass of water, preferably in a glass jar, underneath the moonlight. You can do it for this full moon and Sagittarius coming up, or even the new moon in Cancer. I like to do it during full moons, but whatever speaks to you works. Just make sure that you're speaking over your water and speaking life into your water before you drink it, and that can take you a long way. You drink water every day, so... An affirmation to keep in mind during this transit is, my daily rituals nourish me and align me to my purpose. And a journal prompt to reflect on is, what would it be like to treat my body like home? Good luck, Aquarius. Love you. You have great ideas. You're always of service to your community. So I'm excited to see what you're going to do.
Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. A theme surrounding the transit of Jupiter in Cancer will be dealing with creativity, joy, and children. So during this time, your muses are calling. So this is a great time to get creative and to nurture your inner child, to fall in love, to create love, right? Art, joy, beauty. This is gonna be a fun time. I feel like this will be a very fun year. It might be a time, especially Jupiter, Cancer, nurturing, mother energy, expansion, the womb.
Wrap it up.
So yes, if you're trying to get pregnant, this is a beautiful time to attempt that. If you're not trying to get pregnant, wrap it up. Period, because the energy supports bringing in new life during this time, because this is Empress energy. So this is birthing new things, and that could be children, but that also can be bring about the rebirth of your inner child, the rebirth of joy, that spark, and yeah, it's just a beautiful vibe. So in order to amp up this energy during this time, a ritual that you can practice is creating an altar dedicated to your inner child. So on this altar, you can add items that you really loved as a kid, or things that really brings out the joy in you, the inner child in you, that helps you burst with energy and just life. So yeah, like for me, what I would add to my altar, I was going to say a chia pet, but that doesn't. I don't know. I thought about chia pet, but like definitely like Disney Channel movies. Like if I had those like on DVD or tape, Like, I love film. I love the Disney Channel growing up. That's what I would add to my altar. And I probably actually go back and like watch some of those films to help like inspire like new film ideas or something like that. But that's just an example of what you could do when it comes to that ritual. The affirmation you can use for this time is joy is sacred. I am allowed to play and create freely. The journal prompt that you can also use during this transit is, what did I do as a child that still brings me joy today? So during this time, just play, have fun, be safe, love, nurture your gifts, nurture your talents, nurture your children, you know, like really have fun. And really play. Yo, she is not serious. Yo. But yeah, stay protected, wrap it up, or don't.
Go at it. Raw.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, pause. I'll bleep that out. But anyway, wishing you luck, wishing you beautiful abundance when it comes to creativity. Love you guys. Stay safe.
And that wraps up today's episode of Jupiter Juice. Thank you so much for tuning in. We love you all. Make sure, if you are a new watcher, to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know if you resonate with this Jupiter and Cancer energy. Do you feel it coming? Let us know what you think. Also, please do not forget about our giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So we will definitely be posting about that on the socials. Also, refer back to the beginning if you want the rules. Of course, you know, you got to subscribe here. You got to like this video. You got to comment. You got to follow us on all social media platforms. But thank you so much for being a part of our community. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, I'm Ronnie.
And I'm Lee.
And thank you so much for watching Jupiter Juice. You have a beautiful day. Bye.